Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video. This is the third planting at home video where I show you how to grow things at home with stuff you already have. I'm going to show you a way to plant if you don't have any soil or any seeds. So today, all you're going to need is old vegetable scraps. So this is called how to regrow food scraps. Today I will be using some lettuce and an old green onion. So regrowing food scraps in water is super fun and it's a really cool little science experiment, but you also get to eat it when you're done. When you're done with this experiment, you're actually going to get a few new lettuce leaves and some more green onion shoots that you can cut off. You're not going to get a whole new plant. We would need seeds to get a whole new plant, but we're just going to regrow what was already growing and kind of keep the growing process going, even though the plant thought that it stopped once it got cut off, but we're gonna try and restart it. Here is what you will need: some water, a cutting board, a knife, some small cups or containers, and some foods that you have recently eaten. It works best with vegetables like lettuce and bok choy and cabbage, spring onions, and also celery works really well. So when you're finished eating a head of lettuce, this was one that I'm still not done with, but you get down to the middle and you eat off all these leaves and you're left with a little core of lettuce right here, which is exactly what this is. And this is the bottom of some green onion that I was using, and since I finished all the green part, I just have the white part. All right, if you're doing this with lettuce, the first step is to cut off the bottom part. So we don't really want this old dead bottom. And make sure, as usual, that you ask an adult for help when you're using a knife. This is what we are left with, a much shorter version. We could probably even cut this a little bit more. For now, we're just going to put this in our small container. And with my green onion, all I'm going to do is peel off. There's a couple layers that are a little bit dirty and brown. I'm just gonna peel them off. And it's really important, unlike the lettuce, we are not going to cut off the roots because we want the roots to start growing again so that the green part grows. So I'm going to put this guy in that little container. And then all we're going to do is take our cold water and fill up about an inch of water. We want the roots to be completely covered. And now it's the same process as before with all the planting videos. Once we're finished, we just have to put them in a sunny spot and wait. So I'm gonna take them outside since it's still nice out and it's not going to rain anytime soon. I'm gonna set them up in a sunny spot, and while I'm there, I thought I would show you some of the green onions that I started growing like this a few weeks ago. Because once they got really tall, I planted them in a little bit of soil and they're doing really well outside. And I also have a bok choy plant that I started just like this. And since it got too big for its cup, I took it outside as well and planted it in the ground, and it's still growing. So besides leaving them outside and waiting, you do need to change the water every few days. You could change the water every day, but you don't have to. Just every couple of days, dump out this water and put in new water. Okay, let's go outside. Alrighty, I put my plants right here where I know they will get some good sunlight tomorrow. And here are the green onions that I started a few weeks ago. Look how tall they are now. So now you can cut off the tops and eat them like normal. And soon, this little guy will be in there with them. And then here is my little bok choy plant that's regrowing new leaves right here. I'm really excited about this guy. Soon I'll be able to pull off some of these leaves and eat them. And if you haven't watched my other planting at home videos, go watch those, because in the end of both of those videos, I show you how to make an observation log, which is a way to keep track of how your plants are growing over time. The observation log looks just like this. Basically, you just write week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and you write down anything that you notice about your plant and how it's growing. So it's a really good way to make this a science project. So here is my Mr. Bean, my bean buddy. My lentil ended up sprouting a ton. It had a shoot off the top and then tons of little roots down here. And my garbanzo bean ended up opening up and making a little green sprout. I think they're done growing now because it's been about a full month, and I think my beans and my lentil are kind of drying out. My lentil is getting a little yellow right there, and I can see that there's not a lot of water in the bag. So I think this project is done for me, but it was really cool to see over the weeks how this grew. And I put it all in my observation log, and I hope you did too. And then here are my egg carton seeds from a few weeks ago. So I ended up planting 7 total, and only 2 grew. So I was a little sad about that, but that's how gardening is. Sometimes things grow and sometimes things don't, and sometimes you just don't know why, but it's okay. Just keep trying. So here's what I have. I got a tomato. This is a tomato seedling, which I'm very excited about. I am going to transplant this soon, and transplanting is when you take something from where it's planted and you move it to a bigger space. So I'm going to be moving this to a bigger pot and putting it outside pretty soon, and then hopefully I have a tomato plant all summer. And my eggshell broke, but this was my lentil plant. So it's like very tall. It's taller than my finger. That's what it looks like. It's growing super fast. A few days ago, it was only like down here. And there's new little growths all the time. There's tiny little buds right there. There's more and more leaves. There's more leaves at the top. All right, that's all for this video. I will see you next time with a story time video. Thanks for watching. Bye.